sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Mineragua, get your fizz.
This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Racer consultants are standing by. We'll take caller 9-844-999. Ola, and you'll play Profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a medical examiner in Virginia is testing a skeleton that might be Halloween decorations, but it also might be human remains.
He's testing it to find out if you can tell the difference between a real one and a fake one, or you're not working on it.
That's a really good speculation, Miles, but yeah, I'm not working on it.
Maybe he's testing out a real one to see if people like it.
Maybe leave it out for a week, see if it looks different, human remains.
Use a 3D printer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Seems like a weird plot, again, to a horror movie. This one is actually a skeleton.
We didn't know that. Right, and it's cursed.
Facebook has a new product called Portal that looks like the Jetsons video phone. It's a device that's just for video chatting.
I mean, don't people just video chat on their phone?
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Like, are you going to buy something new that looks ridiculous to do something you can already do?
My guess is yes, for a short amount of time and for the novelty of it, and then it will die. A new study found yo-yo dieting can be worse for you than just staying chubby.
That's why I stopped eating yo-yos.
Sounds like a really good morning.
Well, those people who diet fall off the wagon eventually, and that's the idea. I mean,
I feel like if you diet for a certain amount of time, it's like you're not on a diet anymore.
Yeah.
This is now what you eat. You know what I mean? Like
the salad years.
It's one thing to say, like, hey, man, I'm on a diet. My belief when you say that is that this has been a temporary thing, fairly new. If it's 2 years, like Ted, you don't say I'm on a diet. Like, you just eat what you eat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Well, but you got to change the way you eat. Like now, like I call it the salad years, not because I'm having those type of years, but because I need to pick the salad over the fries about 75 to 80% of the time.
I mean, everybody should, but you know.
Well, I know, but before it wouldn't matter as far as my weight and everything. And now, like, I got to, like everything's just slowing down.
Well, and I think it's more talking about using those crash diets where you can lose 100 pounds in 30 days.
A juice cleanse or something, right? You're going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, but
you're going to gain 30 pounds in 30 days.
That's right.
No, 12 days, basically.
Well, it's exactly what we're talking about, right? Because you're not changing anything. You're just doing it for a period of time. Right.
And it's terrible for your heart. You will die.
Yeah, I mean, even look at athletes, right? Like if you're a fighter or something, you got to do diets to cut weight. But I mean, as soon as it's over, it's like, let's
blow
go
back
get
up.
some milkshakes.
Yeah. And pasta.
An optical illusion in in a German vacation ad makes it look like the man is doing some naughty things to a woman.
Is that the one on your computer?
Our president has no problem with that.
Yeah, Miles showed that to me yesterday. I was like,
that's not
oh.
It's only inappropriate if you're Billy Bush and lose your job.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, I feel like it's an optical illusion if that's your intent.
Right.
I think somehow they just kind of missed what all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But it made me want to go on vacation.
That's their intent, man.
Yeah.
They did that crap on purpose. I know.
Yeah.
The way he's sitting, nobody just sits like that on a lawn chair.
Here's the thing, though. If you really read the article, which is phenomenal, if you read the translation of what that package is,
it's phenomenal.
It's a 2-to-1 holiday package. So in other words, two people pay one fare and go on holiday.
Yeah, that's why they were both there.
That's a hell of a deal.
Could I go on that trip twice?
I don't know.
No, you could do that. Like, I don't want to bring someone with me, but I'd like to do this again
next year.
That was a
package deal that included flight, hotel, and everything else. It's like 2 for 1. Are you serious?
So do that to your wife.
That's awesome.
An alligator was found swimming in Lake Michigan.
Exactly where you'd expect
in Chicago.
That's not supposed to happen, no.
I think it is, man. That's why the University of Michigan is the Gators.
Yeah, it's well known.
And Florida is the polar bears.
Yeah.
Right? No, University of Florida. What's Michigan? Wolverine.
Wolverine,
there you go. All right, moving on. A man is accused of assaulting workers at a haunted house, including choking one woman and grabbing another woman's breasts.
Well, that is scary.
Was this an employee trying to act like he's scaring them or what?
It just says a man.
They're not really supposed to touch you.
Yeah, but they have been for a long time. Come on, now we've all been to a haunted house where people are touching you, right?
I have not
You're
been
not
to one
supposed
of
to touch
those.
them, Miles.
Yeah, I don't know that a guy's actually touched me.
Well, I don't know. It was a guy. I thought it was a zombie.
I'm the ghost of junk grabber past.
No, they can touch you. I think it's limited to like a shoulder grab or something like that. But you're not.
So that
supposed
berry
to touch
squeeze,
them.
that berry squeeze is completely inappropriate. Then.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
They should tell you that going in.
They told us going in, don't touch our actors because they are actors and they're not going to hurt you. And that was all fine and dandy. But when I got out of the house, then there's one guy standing in a shadowy, misty beyond with a dadgum axe in his hand. And I've seen too many freaking scary movies to believe that this was just an actor. I almost hit him.
At a haunted Halloween house around Halloween.
Yeah.
There's no way that's an actor.
That's the plot, man.
Look, man, I went to one that ended with dudes with chainsaws. I knew it. I heard it the whole time. It still scared the crap out of me.
And it scares you because you can't do anything. Because there's that doubt in your mind that says, it's just an actor, dude. Now I can't do a crap thing, and I'm about to die because I followed the rules.
I'm going to die because I followed the rules.
Right.
That's what we'll put on your tombstone. Mike died because he followed the rules. Remember that, kids.
With my white rice and butter. A new survey found we hit our confidence peak around 12:30 in the afternoon. And the top little things that can boost your confidence are, oh, geez.
Lunch.
No, a new haircut.
Well, yeah.
A new outfit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Doing a good deed.
Yeah?
And
Doing a
listening
good
to
deed.
one of your favorite songs.
They had to tell you this? I think everybody feels better after a haircut. Unless, well, no.
No.
Not everybody.
Please do not say that.
Everybody. Not, you took too much off.
Eventually.
I think they
they'll
took too
be
much
happy.
off.
Right.
But confidence.
Dude.
Doing a good deed doesn't give me confidence. I'll feel good about myself, but I won't feel confident.
You shouldn't be confident.
No.
You have nothing to be confident about.
Because I die breaking the rules. Christmas tree flavored potato chips are now a thing.
What is Christmas tree flavor? Pine?
I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's a pine tree, right?
What does
Is
pine
it a
taste
spruce?
like?
Is it a fir? What kind of Christmas
Does
tree
it
flavor
smell
is this?
like or taste like?
You are all asking way too many questions to a man that is not working on
I
it.
mean, I can see maple. That makes sense. You have a maple syrup flavor. But
people don't talk
Christmas
about
tree,
like,
they're not maples.
I know that. That's the only
It's a
tree. I can
pine
think of.
tree.
I mean, sassafras, I guess, has a flavor.
It's like pine cone. Sap. The average person makes two customizations when they order a coffee, according to a new survey.
And both of them are annoying.
Yeah, but customizations just mean like don't put sugar in it. Unsweetened. Is that a customization if I don't want you to sugar my coffee?
I mean, are they talking Starbucks or are they talking the average place?
It says order a coffee.
Order a coffee.
What more do you want from me, man? I'm not working on it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
You're right. You get a coffee or you don't. If not, if you get anything more than that, you're getting something that's a drink. And a drink often has.
But even then, they still like, yeah, but I want the soy milk, not this. And if you could just foam it a little. I was like, man, that's not what's on the menu. Why is it that with coffee, we have no problem doing that? But like, if you go to a restaurant, you just generally, if you ordered food,
Yeah,
you
you
wouldn't
would
think
do
of
that.
changing that menu. You might say, hey, man, I'm allergic to blank. But
Or
not like,
you might
I
say-
want this kind of patty and I want these onions and I just want a little sprinkle of, they'd be like, Jesus
Some
Christ,
people say
man.
like extra dry, extra olives, extra or
Right.
whatever. But other than that, yeah.
extra dry is just a fancy way of saying,
More
give me a
gin.
shot
I
of
want
gin or
booze.
vodka.
A 58-year-old substitute driving instructor in New York showed up, wait for it, drunk for a lesson with 4 teenagers. A driving instructor. Then right after they made him drop them off, he rear-ended another car and got arrested for drunk driving. This is a driving instructor.
Yes.
They learned what not to do.
That's exactly it. He was the first part of the goal. That's why you don't drive drunk. You get arrested and go to jail.
God. A man in Kentucky burned his own house down. I hate people. A man in Kentucky burned his own house down, and he told the cops it was to, quote, get rid of memories.
Oh, that dude's got some issues going on.
I mean, I've heard of people burning certain things that remind, like,
Yeah.
but the whole house?
What's going on?
Well, he's mad.
I'm
was
assuming
angry.
he got divorced and, like, lived there with his wife and kids, and then they left.
I don't know. I mean, there's no explanation.
That might just tip me over. What the hell? All right, the Santa Rosa County Sheriff in Florida has posted a trespass warning for the most unlikely person. I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. But first, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, can you please tell us how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. turf. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Trevor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, clever Trevor. You understand how this here game is played?
Yeah.
Fantastic. We talked about this story yesterday, but there's a 20-year-old guy from Randall County that's in northern Texas. And last week, the sheriff's department, they posted his old mugshot on Facebook because he was wanted for drug possession, which is a probation violation, and it's illegal in general anyway. But he actually left a comment on the post saying, quote, "Why couldn't y'all get a recent picture? I'll be in so y'all can do that." Thing is, he wasn't joking. This guy literally showed up and turned himself in at the goddamn police station so that he could get a new and updated mugshot. Now, it is possible that the new picture was not the only reason he decided to turn himself in, but it is the only reason that he gave. So my question is, do you believe that this rather vain moron is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
You said it was in Texas?
Yeah, somewhere in northern Texas. It just says Randall County. I don't know what it's close to or what it's about.
Probably white.
Yeah, Randall County in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like a guy named Tex.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with white. Probably a tweaker.
You said something like a guy named Tex.
Yeah.
He lives in Texas.
Can I hear the quote? Can I hear the quote again?
Tex Randall?
The quote was, let me see, "Why couldn't y'all get a recent picture? I'll be in so y'all can do that."
And the problem is it's Texas. So everybody talks like that.
Everyone says y'all. Right. That is of no help.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. It could be black.
Could be. I mean, I put it up there.
Yeah, right.
We already found out that North Texas is no man's land.
I know.
Right?
That's what I keep thinking about. There's nothing up there.
Right.
I don't. You know what? For whatever reason, and where did he see it? On social media?
On Facebook. Facebook post.
All right, I'm going to go black just on the social media aspect.
Trevor, we need a final answer.
I'm going to go white.
White, final answer.
Final answer.
We're going to find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
We head to Texas for Profile This, and a guy who he was wanted for drug possession, and he saw that his wanted picture was basically up on the sheriff Facebook account there. He didn't like his picture so much, so he decided to show up at the police station to get a new mugshot after seeing his old one up there.
And I think on the bright side, he did actually get his new mugshot because they had to arrest him again.
And I will say this, I didn't chime in on this one because I did see both mugshots.
Yeah.
He honestly doesn't look any better in the second mugshot as he did in the first one.
He did not say he looks bad. He simply said that is an old picture. Okay. You got to keep with the times,
He looks exactly the same.
All right. And had you said that, that might be a hint. So, Trevor, we asked you, did you believe this guy was black, white, Mexican, or Asian? And you went white. You said, man, it's this vanity thing. It's Texas, etc., etc. Oh, sorry. He was, in fact, black, Ted.
Nice.
And that's why Miles' clue, like, oh, you mean like black don't crack? No. Like he looks exactly the same.
Right? No, he did. I was like, this is not a better picture of you. It might even be a worse one. And now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Throw, you still have children that are elementary school age?
Oh, okay. Thank you for finishing. Like, you still have children? Yes, I do, man.
Like, what do you know?
Yeah. They are 8 and 6. So what is it? First and second grade this year.
So what do they get if they accomplish something at that age?
They don't get beaten that day. No, if they accomplish something, man.
Like, does the school ever give them anything?
There's a couple different things you can get at this particular school. If you do a fairly decent job, like basically you're just not an a-hole, you get a tiger paw. Man, that's what
is that once a day or is that every week or what is it?
I think that's once a day. And then if you are kind of exceptional that day, like you're actually helping without being asked, I don't remember what they call it, but my kids are very excited to show me that. There's also stuff they get for being negative. They're not as excited to share.
Like, do they ever come home with a certificate?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, basically, it's a little quickie certificate.
Right. So generally, when I think certificate, unless it's something minute, like generally certificates are for children.
Yeah, other than your diploma.
So let's go to the NFL.
All right.
Drew Brees broke a massive record And you'll hear him break the record. And then when you go to the Facebook page, you'll see they gave him a paper certificate.
Blue 80, what's that?
Wide open, and Smith, what a way to do it! A 62-yard touchdown pass is the way that Drew Brees fittingly goes into the record book. And to think that he does it here at home, there's only one word that comes to mind. Greatness. Right there.
Tessithor.
Right now. That moment. It's like thinking to myself, what is that word?
Yeah, I know. Like,
what is the one word?
Chlamydia.
What are you going to deliver?
I like Tessithor. Sometimes he talks everything up so bigly.
Right.
That,
There's only one thing to say here, hugely.
so it's like when something huge happens, it's hard to decide if he's really excited.
Like, the excited just said.
So I'm not kidding, right? So they there's like a celebration on the field and this and that, and you go to the men's room Facebook page and look at it. They gave him a certificate that they laminated that says it just. I mean,
congratulations.
It looks like somebody during the game was like, he's getting close, print that off.
I feel like.
And then somebody else said, laminate it.
Bro, like,
make it classy. Like, this is Drew Brees.
The guy has a Super Bowl ring. He'll probably keep the football that he threw to break the record. He has the adulation of the fans. He got them a Super Bowl in a city that desperately needed it, but he broke a massive record in the NFL. I tell you right, goddamn now, the thing that means the most to him is this cheap-ass laminate certificate.
Well, here's the thing.
Some flunky printed off of some website.
When you laminate a letter-sized sheet of paper, to me, it looks like the kind of menu type placemat you get like at a breakfast place so they could wipe it off in case you get jelly on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
You know what? That might even be worse. Like, dude, give me the Denny's menu. I don't think he would do it today.
They wipe them down. They're fine, but you know what I mean? They got to be laminated. So they don't
you ever see those memes of Andy Reid? You know how like all the coaches
Kool-Aid?
now...
I thought, sorry, man. I thought you were going, my bad. I'm going to shut up. I thought for sure that's where you're going. I'm like, yeah.
It's just as bad. You know how they cover their mouths when they talk?
Yeah, yeah.
So that one, because it looks like the Waffle House menu.
Which is delicious.
Oh, exactly what Miles is talking about. I couldn't get over that, right? Like, it's like Drew Brees broke this record. Also kind of odd, his son had a piece of tape covering up his nameplate because apparently he's not his kid's favorite player on the team.
No, he's not.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Because your dad grounded you.
Daddy broke a record.
Daddy grounded me.
Yeah, so basically they're going to put a piece of tape over his kid's jersey and put Brees.
You're going to take the running back every time in the first round over Brees.
A damn sad thing.
Camarada.
You know what's ironic? Just that particular play, right? Sitting at a bar with Miles, and this is the conversation. We kind of look up at the TV screen. There's no volume. Miles reads it's on the bottom of the screen. He looks at me and says, damn, man, Drew Brees is only 35 yards away. And then that play starts, and we're both like, I think he's, yeah, of course he threw a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I mean, just at the moment Miles mentioned it,
missed tackle.
Yeah, who was asking me earlier, man, do you think they whiffed? Oh, our boy Marshawn.
Yeah.
It's like, do you think they would, like, Brett Favre getting sacked by Jason, what's his face? Strahan.
Yeah.
Like,
Michael Strahan.
Yeah, Michael Strahan. I'm like, I don't think this is a whiff, man. No offense. Skins looked horrible last night.
Yeah, they're not good. Nobody in that division is.
No, they're really not.
But once again, go to the men's Facebook page, check out that sweet, sweet certificate he got.
Do you think he even puts that up?
No.
Right, I mean,
honestly, no. Right, I mean, like, and that's the other thing, too. Like, you don't have to give him something right there. If you want to make him a plaque, cool. Like, I don't think Drew Brees is going to be like, you don't have my plaque ready?
Right.
I don't know that any quarterback would be like that. But like,
all you got to say is, hey, man, your bust is assured.
Yeah.
Well, like, that's all, you don't need it. Oh, I have my bust in the Hall of Fame. Man. Let's not forget your certificate. Thank you, NFL. You're helping.
Let's see what else. Nick Cannon is back in the news. For a good reason. Right. What do you think he's in the news for?
Got a new gig hosting something else.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what
I was kidding.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Nick Cannon just...
I bet it's TV based in this segment.
You know what?
Easy,
it's not a movie. It's not a new radio gig. I'm going to say, based on that, he's doing something in television.
He inked a deal to develop a series for Fox, a late-night talk show. According to The Hollywood Reporter, it's untitled. They don't know what kind of topical subjects they're going to cover. None of that stuff.
That's cool.
It's Nick Cannon,
that's
right?
very cool. What kind of topical? If it's topical, that's what you'd cover.
Yeah, and I mean, he's hosted Wildin' Out. Have you ever seen that? Mm-hmm. Like, And he hosts America's Got Talent. I mean, it's the canon. He hosts stuff.
Fox has tried this a couple times. They've just failed with the talent that they picked at the time. And, I mean, hell, now that we know that the talent's so deep, I don't. One more late night talk show is not going to be anybody. Conan's stepping down, basically.
I mean, look, I really like the show that was on Viceland, Deezus and Mero, right? Mm-hmm. But obviously, they got a big deal from Showtime to develop something there. So I think those guys going in, and I think it's kind of what you're piggybacking on what you're saying. It's just like there's a lot of space now to have these shows, and like you're not going to get the huge numbers or this or that, but honestly, none of them get the biggest numbers.
It's something
you just need to compete in there, and then you can get other stuff going.
And people digest stuff differently now. Someone might wake up and watch that on the bus ride in, or do something. You know, they might watch their show. That people watch their shows whenever they feel like watching them, listening to them, whatever. Because that's the way people consume audio now. That's the way people consume video now.
I think people would be stunned if you knew how few people actually watch, like Fallon or Colbert, any of those guys. They're very well known. They do a great job, like on social media, kind of posting their funnier stuff or whatever. But as far as watching the show that night, almost nobody watches it.
Conan went and changed his entire format based on the fact that he needed to do a show that would create more viral content. More things that would just be short clip appropriate in different segments.
Yeah, because nobody watches it.
Because they don't watch it top to bottom. So that was the whole idea of his restructuring of his show.
Yeah, and when he's out of the studio, he crushes it.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. And sometimes, too, man, there is the habitual habits, double.
Habits. I like how you said that. There's the habitual habits.
Don't, I mean, I was saying the same thing twice.
That means you have many habits.
There's the habitual nature of the late night viewer to go, I think, to an 11:30 show and just stick with that one show.
Right. Because you're watching the late local news half the time to see what's going on. At least I am.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Sticking with some late night stuff here. Let's see what Jimmy Fallon's doing with some thank you notes.
Thank you, person who invented corn mazes, for thinking, hey, you know what would make this fall weekend even better? Getting lost in a stranger's crop. Thank you, hockey, for looking at figure skating and saying, what if we did that while also beating the living crap out of each other? Thank you, Halloween-themed bags of candy, for helping me pretend I'm only buying this much candy because it's Halloween. I think we got a lot more trick-or-treaters this year. Thank you, people who buy souvenir magnets as gifts, for saying every time you reach for the fridge, I want you to remember how cheap I am.
I visited the place.
It's in the shape of a state. Thank you, toasters. From what I can tell, you've got exactly 2 settings, slab of burnt charcoal and still just bread. Thank you, turtlenecks, for not going by your more honest name, sweater prisons. There you go, everybody. Those are my thank you notes.
Can't stand those.
Turtlenecks?
No.
Dude, I used to really love them.
I just can't take anything like hugging my neck like that.
That's because in a past life you were hanged.
Yeah, like, wearing a tie, anything like that.
Well, dude, a tie is different because a tie, you actually feel constricted around your neck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you put it on a turtleneck. It's not the greatest thing, but it's not grabbing you by the throat. As soon as you tighten your tie, you're like, it's kind of like someone's trying to choke me out. They're just not really tough.
I always just think, I can't wait to take this goddamn thing off.
Mm-hmm. My dad used to have Dickies, which were like little bibs that made it like he was wearing a turtleneck underneath a shirt, but it wasn't.
Oh, no, so it's just like, oh, yeah, I remember.
Did you ever see him just wearing the Dickie? You know what I mean? So you're kind of like, you're half shirtless down, but you have the...
Can you do that with anything? Like, can you do that with a dress shirt? Do they have Dickies that just are like, button downs that are only come down to, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it would go underneath.
Right. So if you had a sweater on, you can wear a sweater over top. You know what I'm saying?
Put like a V-neck sweater on. It looks like you have your collars and all that.
I don't know.
But I want to see a person in a Dickie but no shirt on over it, man. Just like a half nipple shirt.
I'm going to look for Dickie shirts. I'll probably get the Dickies brand.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
be clear.
I think it was like a massive thing in like the 70s or early 80s.
I mean, look, there was a time where these things happened, but most of that stuff went away for most people. But there's always the people that hang on. Like adult-size clip-on ties.
Yeah, and look, honestly, when I was like 13 or 14, like if you wore a turtleneck underneath like a jersey, you were cool.
You sure can. You can buy one for $12.95. Just put that bad boy on.
And just that.
You don't even need the whole shirt.
No.
You don't why need the whole? What are we sell you the collar?
God, you're gonna look so good.
Maybe you could just buy sleeves. Would that be cool?
I say go with the Dickie.
You know, no shirt on, just sleeves. Hey, look at that dude.
Kind of look like Marilyn Manson, I think.
Well, like I know a guy that was on was a contestant on The Voice, right?
All right.
Like years ago.
Yeah.
But he's a little bit of a bigger man. So, it's cool now to have on goddamn how many, 5-6 layers when you're performing or whatever. But he said he would get so warm that they had to start cutting things off, like the sleeves off the shirts.
Yeah.
And because because they dressed him. We're like, well, you got to be this, and this. It's like, well,
it's 900 degrees.
I gotta die.
Right, like it was like fogging up his glasses. He was like putting off so much heat in this thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
just
man.
talking about it. And upset. God.
Bring back the Dickie shirt. It keeps you cool.
So I do want to see you walking around in just that.
I really want to.
So we're talking about Nick Cannon is going to start doing a late night show. We just heard from Jimmy Fallon. Funny thing about Jimmy Fallon was NBC did not want him in their late night lineup to begin with at all. He only got Conan O'Brien's job because Lauren Michaels basically lobbied for it. Jimmy says, quote, NBC didn't even want me. I remember them saying, really? Jimmy Fallon? His movies are terrible. But Lauren was like... I like this. But Lauren was like, don't worry. He works well and plays well with others. Like I was a kindergartner.
I don't even remember. I remember maybe 1 or 2 movies that he was a part of.
I remember
like
him in Almost Famous, and I thought he was great. I didn't even realize it was him, but you're like, oh, okay. But that's it.
He was in Taxi with, I want to say, Queen Latifah.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
He was in the American remake of Fever Pitch. Because it was the Red Sox. Originally it was about Arsenal fans.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically it took 4 meetings and they gave him the job. Obviously it worked out for NBC and Jimmy Fallon in the end.
Well, sure.
But that's kind of funny. Like, yeah, they were like, no way, man.
I wish I on SNL. Hell no.
Yeah, and he was on the weekend update desk for so long. Right, I almost forgot about the movies. Literally, I forgot about the movies till today. Right? Like it's just Jimmy Fallon. It's like, oh yeah, he did do a bunch of movies.
I would almost put that on NBC. Like, you're only upset about his bad acting in the movies because you actually remember the movies he was in. That's on you.
Yeah, well, SNL is kind of that way, right? I mean, for every Blues Brothers or, I'll even say Coneheads, right? Or Wayne's
World.
Wayne's World, right? Like, they put out a lot of movies, too, that just go nowhere.
They go, but some of them are funny. Like, who's it? Tim Meadows.
The Ladies' Man, that is right.
I mean,
yeah.
Yes.
It's not a good
you
movie.
Like some Cavassier.
But you will laugh your ass off.
If you watch it now,
right.
you're like, God damn it, this is a good movie that got overlooked. Maybe the same thing could be saved for like an Adam Sandberg movie that I didn't see here. You know what I mean? But they normally...
Sandler. Right?
Or Andy Sandberg?
Andy Sandberg,
yeah. His Daredevil movies or whatever.
Yeah, man, you're right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's hit or miss. But some of those skits, too, like, I don't know how somebody does that. How do you take a skit that you write... Because some of those recurring skits, you also forget, only show up like once or twice a year. And then you stretch that into a 90-minute movie?
Didn't they do that with Al Franken with that, the Stewart, I'm whatever.
Stuart
people like
Smalley?
me, that kind of thing, yeah. That was a movie.
Yeah, that he was good enough, smart enough, and people liked him.
Oh, yeah, they made a movie out of that. It was just him in a mirror.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Right. So there have been some flops.
Hollywood just has money to burn, don't they? Sure, we'll make a movie. Let's finance that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a great thing, and that's part of the reason everybody wants to work at SNL.
Oh, of course, man. It's a launch
you're going to get a movie. Marsha Brady, the original one, Maureen McCormick, she originally wanted to buy the Brady house when it went on sale. And she was pretty much like, hey, I think this would be really cool. Yeah. And then, of course, there was a lot of, there was bidders coming in from left and right. We'll not forget Lance Bass, of course.
He got screwed.
Yeah, he got screwed out of it. But remember, HDTV, they won the house. Maureen says she thinks they're doing a great job renovating it, so it looks like the Brady house inside and out.
What's the name of the show? We Screwed Over Lance Bass?
Yeah. I mean, they're doing a whole show about it. I mean, HGTV, you'd have to figure it's going to film stuff in there all the time. Maybe it's like, come to Miles's kitchen in the Brady house.
I'd be curious to see if they're going to try to replicate the set, which was not the house inside.
So that's what they're trying.
They're trying to replicate what we saw on TV inside that house?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So the idea would be, for them, is that then that's why they're filming all this. It'll be a series, but it's like,
of course.
I'm sure they're going to call it something like, What's Up with the Brady House? Not starring Tom Brady.
I would do my cooking show and call it Brady Brunch.
Ooh.
But I'd show up late.
Good name.
Where's the host? He'll be here.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. All right, Mike's got your headlines coming up here in just a few minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. As Hurricane Michael approaches Florida, Sheriff's Office, they put up a fake trespassing warrant for Weather Channel's Jim Cantor. Meanwhile, Australian fisherman is bitten by a sea snake in a net, and now he is no more. Seattle family calls 911. Wait for it. They called 911 on a humpback whale. If you're in India, do not wear a Calvin Klein obsession when hiking the trail. And Chicago man pulls 4-foot alligator out of Lake Michigan. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. The Santa Rosa County Sheriff in Florida has posted a trespass warning for an unlikely person. The Weather Channel's Jim Cantori. This, of course, a gag given that Cantori appears to be the man on the scene for every big storm, and there's a hurricane bound for Florida.
Lucky him. Yeah, they're saying this bad boy. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a Category 4 by the time it makes landfall.
Yay.
Yeah, let's go down there.
All right, Jim, you're up. All right, in other news, it has happened again, gentlemen. It is time for...
Man versus Beast.
I know what you're going to say, Miles. I had to play the full version today because there is a lot of Man vs. Beast today.
Gotcha.
Understood.
So I did play the full version today. Okay. For this episode, we go way down under, where we know quite literally everything is trying to kill you.
Everything.
However, surprisingly enough, it's been a while since I've seen this particular case. A man was unfortunately out fishing when he was attacked and killed by a sea snake. It is believed this is the first recorded death by sea snake in more than 80 years.
He died fast.
Isn't there a sea snake that's like
he died
super
fast.
venomous?
Yes.
I'm guessing it's that one.
That'd be my guess.
He was pulling up a net. He's a fisherman.
Yes.
And when he pulled up the net, the snake was trapped in the net. And it bit him. And I mean, literally, they tried to get him. They got him out of there fast. And he didn't even make it to the next boat.
Yeah, they did.
Damn. Apparently, this snake is...
Their snakes are next level down there.
I'll say... Not only this snake lives at the bottom of the ocean.
Which is why I'm surprised that the fact that he was killed so fast, I'm surprised that it's been 80 years since they've had an incident. Nobody's been out there swimming and gotten zapped.
They're on the bottom of the floor. So unless you're way down below, you know what I mean? Unless you catch one of these things and don't cut, bait, you know better than to touch her.
So far, Beast 1, Man 0.
We stay in the realm of Man versus Beast, where we maybe have the whitest 911 call I have heard in a while. Out in the Puget Sound, a family was surprised by another family making their way past the crew, a trio of humpback whales. In a video posted online, the family father is taking in the gorgeous and rare close-up of the animal swimming below them, while the mother can be heard on the phone with 911 for fear of being tipped over. Experts advise caution around the animals, as both you and them can be seriously harmed in a collision.
What did they honestly expect anyone at 911 can do?
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Ma'am, did you have any intention of effing with them? If the answer is no, you should be all right.
Right.
Don't poke it in the eye. Leave it alone.
And I doubt that she was terrified. I think she was calling and saying, what do we do? But really...
Again, we don't have answers.
You're
in a boat
at that
where
point.
They live. You figured out. You bought the boat.
Right. You should see this coming.
I cannot believe these birds in the air when I bought this plane. Oh, my goodness, they're flying. Come on.
I just like that the dads out there usually have to pay hundreds of dollars for this kind of a view. I'm loving this.
He's appreciating what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Man. I might die here, but you know what? I get to see whales.
Yeah.
I'm in. Surveillance footage in Moscow has caught a man in the act of vandalism, but it's not what he thought he was doing. The man was heavily intoxicated and on an escalator at a transit center, and he was smashing the dome lamps as he went by on the escalator. He thought they were penguins.
Your average Russian ceiling penguin. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the next question is, if they were penguins, why would you want to smash them?
Exactly. You just out clubbing? What are you doing, man?
It makes it even worse.
And when have penguins just been wandering around in Moscow?
That's not that uncommon.
No?
Uncommon. Yeah, it happens all the time.
It's not uncommon?
Uncommon.
He was spotted by a security guard at the bottom of the escalator. It's kind of funny in the surveillance footage. It's just the view of the security officer on the bottom, and all of a sudden one of the domes just starts bouncing down the escalator, and it comes all the way down and just comes around and waits for him. He admitted to the deed, but he had no idea that they were actually lamps. So he was like, yep, I hit them, but didn't actually.
Goddamn penguins.
Today is the day for the beast. In Japan, a zookeeper was found by workers dead inside of the cage occupied by a white tiger. which you would think would not be a very nice cage to get inside
They're
of.
big, man. I saw one of those in Vegas. I think that was part of that Siegfried.
They call it a white tiger just because it does yoga.
They look like a Bengal tiger.
Hey, man, what are you doing in my cage, brah?
This was like 370 pounds.
I'm Chad.
Jeez.
I'm Chad the tiger.
It was huge.
Man, this name is Stuart.
This is my brother Chad. I'm Chad. We're white tigers.
You didn't bring me a vest or a puffy jacket.
Stop feeding me meat, man.
Die.
I'm vaping.
I'm all about the couscous now, brah.
Yeah, he's drooling.
It's all about that pumpkin spice latte.
Got some pumpkin spice zookeeper, brah.
They need some extra plastic bags. Check under my sink.
Damn it, Ted. I got plastic bags under my
I know, we all do.
Yeah.
Speaking for all of us now.
Oh, damn it.
Right on, brah.
Save him.
All right, man, I gotta go do some Tai Chi, bro. I'll be right back.
They've sedated the animal and are investigating procedures to see what happened to the employee. They're saying
What happened?
Nobody should be inside the cage, is what they're saying.
That's what happened.
Yeah, you're supposed to have the tigers in their enclosure before he's
Right.
alive.
That's it for headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you. We appreciate it there, Mike. All right, we'll see you next time for Who Sucks Less. Profile this. The word is back, and we'll drink it toast with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed, it is all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this biatch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
I'm Sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Get your fizz.